Hey everyone, this is Captain Cheesy and today I'm going to show you how to use the M16A4 assault rifle. It's the only weapon in PUBG offering solo and burst, but not full auto mode. Historically, M16A4 produced for American soldiers had bad reputation for overheating and jamming during battle while using full auto, and that's why they introduced the burst mode. But back to the game, I'm going to cover in this video the stats of M16A4, the burst, the deep dive in whether should we use it or not, sniping with this weapon, is it still worth in 1.0 game version, and comparison with other similar ARs. Let's start with the stats of M16A4. And although there is so much information on the internet regarding its damage and firing rate, not everything is accurate. In this video I'm going to show you some numbers extracted directly from the game files, and they are 100% reliable. As you may already know, M16 has a very short fire rate in semi-auto mode. This looks good on paper, but to actually achieve damage per second value of 587, you would need to click your left mouse button more than 13 times per second. Even me, if I try my best, I can click no faster than 7 times a second while holding my mouse as usual. I will provide you a link in the description where you can see it by yourself. Well, that means that without burst mode in close quarter situation, you would achieve only half of the stated DPS, which translates to almost twice longer killing time of 0.43 seconds. This is the time to kill in a scenario where we assume that you're shooting your enemy directly in the chest while he's wearing a level 2 vest. Then there goes the burst mode, which allows us to unleash the full potential of M16. With burst fire mode you can shoot as much as 4 bursts per second, considering you would click almost immediately after the previous burst finished. This means that you can achieve up to 550 DPS and an enemy would be dead just after 0.24 seconds. So, to answer the question, should you switch to burst fire or not? I would say definitely yes, as long as the enemy is within 50 meters from you. Based on many tests with this weapon, I would say that it works even better than other ARs, especially when there is not much room to shoot, like through the windows or whenever there's just a tiny bit of enemy visible. My advice would be to change the hotkey responsible for changing the firing mode. The original one, B, is a bit far and it's not really easily accessible. Personally, I'm using middle mouse button and it works just about right. Strong benefit of using M16 is that you can still use it as a supplementary sniper rifle. Even though M16 was nerfed in 1.0, you can still use 4x to land precise distance shots. With bullet velocity of 900 meters per second, the fall off is rather low, and that's why it's very accurate in medium to long distance shooting. When it comes to attachments in M16A4, I would say that 4x is a bit of overkill when it comes to short range burst fights. What I'm usually doing is, normally I'm using a red dot while swapping to 4x while needed. My muzzle attachment of choice would be definitely silencer, but if it's not available, flash hider would also work well. For magazine attachment, I would prioritize extended mag over quick draw, simply because burst fire mode might make you run out of bullets rather quick. The final step of this video would be showing you guys comparison of how M16 stands against its direct competitors, which would be other 5.56mm rifles. When you simply look at the numbers, it seems that M16 is way ahead of its competitors, but this might be a bit misleading. The reason for that is that the burst works extremely well when used for the distance for up to 50 meters. But what happens when we shoot at someone, let's say 80 meters from us? Well, in that case the burst doesn't really serve us a good cause. In fact, there might be some situations where it's simply easier to just swap to semi-auto. In this example, my enemy is approximately 75 meters from me. This is the distance that burst becomes pretty much useless, as only one of the 3 bullets fired actually lands on the target. In that case, it's just better to swap off to semi-auto and simply maintain higher firing rate. When using weapons like M4 or SCAR, you don't need to press any button to swap between semi-auto and full auto. These precious milliseconds can sometimes save your life. Another benefit of using full auto weapons like SCAR or M4 is that it's easier to control the spray pattern and to track your enemies while they're being in motion. This of course is a matter of personal preference, but it seems to work when fighting enemies within 5 meters range. That would be it for this video. Let me know in comments which AR would you choose and why. Also tell me which topic would you like me to cover in my next video. If you've learned something interesting, don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button, and see you guys in the next one!